All right, so I brought you over here to the mill. This is another piece off the starter generator off that golf cart. And what happened, you can see that someone didn't either have the bolts tight or whatever, but there's supposed to be a bushing pressed into this, and it's supposed to be a light press. Then the center hole is supposed to be for a 3/8 bolt. Well, you can see it completely wore out, and this is cast iron. I could braze it up. I thought about doing that. The other piece I can't braze up, so I figured I would just make both of them the same. And I can't braze the other one up because it has the brushes and everything on it. So I think we're going to take and just bore this out, and then we'll push and make a custom bushing to go in there. And we'll probably make it out of brass or bronze or something like that. So to get this all set up, I'm going to go off the outside of this boss. You can see it there. And it's not crazy far off. It's pretty much there. You can, if you have your mill running at a slow speed, you can turn it on. You got to be careful doing that. And see, you were out, you can see the needle bouncing more, so you just adjust your handles until it needle slows down pretty much to nothing. You know, and this casting around here is not completely smooth, so that's why you're getting some of the jump in the needle. But my thought is, if we go off the outside of this boss, it should be pretty center to what this hole should be here. So all right, let's get the boring bar set up and maybe take a cut. All right, we got the boring bar set up in here. I went ahead and touched off already, so we're gonna start taking, I don't know, let's take a $50,000ths pass here and see how it does. Looks pretty good. We'll take another 50. And we'll take another 50 here. Okay, it cleaned up almost all of it except for just a little bit on this side here. I really don't want to go crazy much more. You know, this area over here is getting awful thin. It still should be strong enough to hold everything in there. So we'll go another 25. Wow, it's almost completely cleaned up all the way around. Maybe we'll take another 10, see if it cleans it up. And it cleaned up that hole almost completely except for this top little bit, so I'm going to stop there. It's probably a little bit more than I wanted to take, but it still should be fine. So let me get the next one mounted up here and we'll get started on it. Well, I got the 2 new bushings made, so we're going to go ahead and press the one in. See how it looks. We're just going to use the vise here to press it in. It should be plenty strong enough to do it. And hopefully my math is right. But it went in no problem. Actually looks pretty decent, so I think that'll be fine. There's still plenty of material around here to hold everything in. So this is what we're going to go with for now. And if we have a problem later, we'll maybe take it apart and either brace or weld this all back up. Go get some nickel rods or do whatever we need to. But as for now, I think this will work. So we might as well get started on the next one. This is the bottom of it. And this is what I was saying before. I can't really braze this shut because all these brushes and everything on here, if I create too much heat, I could break down the insulator pieces in here and then it would be ruined. So we're going to do the same thing with this side here. I already made another bushing for this side. So hopefully we can get that pressed in there nice and be like the other side. Actually, I just now thought of this. I'm going to have to flip this over because I want to use that boss there to kind of give me an indicator on where it's at. And then since this has this on it and that, I'll have to reposition this a little bit so I can get this in here. Flip this one over. Do something like this. This should work. just going to verify that I'm sitting nice, which I all right. So now hopefully we can do the same thing on this one here. There's not much of a boss on this one here, so I'm not sure if we can get the indicator on it. And it does, it looks like we can get it on there, so. And there you go, we can see we've pretty much centered up on it. Like I said, there's some imperfections in the casting, so it's not going to read perfect, but it'll get us really close. I'm going to zero out my digital readout, that way it's all ready. And then let's get the boring bar set up in here and get this started. Boy, is it going to take a lot of that out. All right, we're pretty much cleaned up the whole way around. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I may make another bushing and make it slightly under. That way I'm not taking more material out of this one than I need. So I'll bring you back. We're going to go ahead and push this bushing in. Looks like it'll go fine. And it feels like it stopped. Yep. So there you go. It actually, it looks pretty good. So I think it'll work fine. Good. Off to the next project.